This is one thing that you guys all need to understand. The more questions you put, the less leads you're gonna generate. The more questions you add, the less leads you will generate. The simpler you make it with less questions, the higher the volume. Every single question that you add along the way will kill conversion a little bit more.
So to start with, go to your ads manager, and let's start by creating a campaign. So your campaign objective would be the lead generation. And this is an optional step where you can actually name your campaign, your ad set, and ad level in advance. But you can also do that once you are editing the details. So for now, let's go ahead and make sure lead gen objective and click continue. Now you may notice I do have the apps opened at hand, and I already did log in with them. So CRM would be, again, Klaviyo, Zapier, our simple text, and the website for Dr. Berg, so we can grab the privacy policy. And before you start creating this campaign for strategy of giving away a lead magnet or a PDF guide, is you have to have the PDF guide hosted somewhere else. You can host it on Ignite, you can host it on ClickFunnels digital assets, or you can host it on Google Drive if you have or is using Google Drive. So start with name your campaign. Again, follow our recommended naming convention so you would easily know what the campaign is for and what the purpose is. So this would be CBO, lead generation, lead magnet. Now, if you are going to test and run a campaign for multiple sets of audiences, go for a campaign budget optimization and set up your or assign your campaign budget. So go ahead and click next, and then we jump into our ad set level. For the first ad set, I'm going to be using the website visitors. So I can go ahead and actually name the ad set. So warm, or W for warm, website visitors, and then I can just add my initial at the end. So the other ad managers or anyone that actually opens this ad account would know that I'm the one that created the ad set. So if they have any questions or clarifications afterwards, they can easily reach out to me. Then we go to our audience. So let's go ahead and search for our website visitors. Let's do the general one. Here, website visitors past 180 days. And just ensure the detailed targeting expansion is off. And all other demographics, age, gender, locations remains as is. If you are targeting specific state or zip, then you can just change the location afterwards. Placements, I'll go with automatic placements for now. And click next. So we are now on our ad level. This is where we set up the insta form, add all our creatives, ad copy, headlines, and call to action buttons. So this example, we're going to be using a single image. So I'll have the name as a single image and copy version 1. So if you are, or if you have multiple copy variations for a single image, then you can add a step. If you don't have, then you can just remove this specific section of the ad name. So again, you could no longer change the Facebook page identity on your ad level. That can easily be changed on your ad set level. That's the difference from the other campaign objectives. For example, on conversion, you can select the Facebook page name here, but on lead gen objectives, you have to select it on the ad set level. Instagram account and format, I'll be using a single image. So automatically, you'll have an image added on the ad level. So just clear that out, and let's select or add an image. And by the way, if you are naming your creatives correctly before you actually upload it onto your creatives manager, you can easily search for any creatives that you wanted to use in the future. So that should help with a faster process afterwards. So let's say, for example, this is actually named correctly for the specific lead magnet is going to be used. And let's start adding our copy. So Dr. Berg just reached 3 million, so he's giving subscribers on YouTube, so he's giving away his lead magnet or a cheat sheet to his subscribers.
He's actually about to reach 4 million, so we might need to update that soon. I'll answer Mark's question. I've been using ManyChat as my only CRM. How would using Facebook Forms compare to that? It's just added to it, Mark. It doesn't really replace using ManyChat as your CRM. You will continue to use ManyChat as your CRM. It's just that you are simplifying the process. And again, the purpose of this training is not to cancel out the possibility of CRMs and using ManyChat and using ClickFunnels and all these other things. It's just eliminating the friction of generating a lead, because it just makes the process that much simpler for people to opt into your funnel. So you still are going to get that person into that CRM. Now, in the case of big time CRMs, Infusionsoft, ClickFunnels, not yet. ActiveCampaign, I don't know about Klaviyo. John, we can go in a second and look at all the CRMs that you can integrate with. Are you there on that platform? The ones that you can integrate directly on Business Manager, not even Zapier. Have you checked that out recently?
Business Manager, let's see. I can go ahead and open it up.
Yeah, so we're going to check that out in a second, but there are some major CRMs that you can automatically integrate with Facebook, which means that you can even skip Zapier. But for example, ManyChat and ClickFunnels and some other ones, you're going to have to use a platform like Zapier, and the data is going to get sent to this CRM, and you're going to be able to operate with these people and get them into your email follow-ups and all the things that you have going on. But there's other ones that you're going to, like Infusionsoft for sure, Keep, which is the name of it now, you're going to be able to instantly get that data into this CRM with Facebook Lead Ads, so you don't have to change that right now. So Mark, you're not changing your CRM, you're integrating a new marketing strategy into it for the purpose of eliminating friction along the way. That's all. Go on.
Yep, so moving to our next steps. Again, we just added our creative, which is a single image. We added our campaign, add copy, headline, and I added a description. So this display link is entirely optional, but I wanted to add a display link for this specific campaign. And call to action button can be either learn more, sign up, or anything that actually implies to whatever you want them to do afterwards. For example, I can actually use download since I want them to download the cheat sheet. So moving down to the next set of things that we need to set up is your question format. Now, you have two options. You can use insta form, which is the one that we're going to cover now, or you can use an automated chat. This actually goes directly to ManyChat. So as soon as a subscriber fills in the information, they're going to be subscribed to your ManyChat account or messenger channel. So let's go ahead and just select instant form, and then right now we don't have any forms created, so let's create a new lead form. Always name your lead forms depending on how they are being used. So this is going to be, I'll call them as a sample. More volume, and then we add our intro. So you can customize your image. If you want to use a different image here, you can change that and upload a different image. If you don't want to, then you can just go ahead and continue.
Mark, yes, the way that you're going to be able to get them in from, Mark is asking, is there any way to get Facebook Forms results over into ManyChat? The way you're going to be able to get that set up is using a software like Zapier. That's how you can get the form on Facebook automatically sent to your ManyChat. So there's going to be a step along the way to get that set up. Right, Donald?
Yes. So for now, we are done with the intro. So I opted in to use the add image, and I added a headline. So the next step would be to add our questions. Now, you can add custom questions or you can use the pre-filled questions. This is where the lead details actually is automatically filled once they open the lead form. So let's add, or I'm not going to be using the full name as it is, because the thing is, when you integrate with your CRM afterwards, they normally don't have the option to differentiate the first name and last name if you only select full name. So what you'll do is actually ask for their first name first and then last name separately, so you can have that automatically be transferred to any CRMs that you wanted to use. So first name, last name.
Let's talk about that for a second. The questions, you can see, let's look at the drop-down menu of all the options here on the questions. So look at that, contact fields. So you have email, phone number, street address, city, state, province, country, postcode, zip code. I guess that postcode depends on the country the person is from. In the US, yes, it's going to be zip code over here. But there's something that you guys should all know. A lot of these forms, a lot of these sections are going to be pre-populated by Facebook. A lot of them. How do you know which ones will be pre-populated and which ones won't? Really does depend on the data that Facebook accumulates about the user. For example, they have the name, they have, in many cases, the phone number, in most cases. In most cases, they actually have city, state, and some other ones, like postcode, but in many cases, they will not have that. So it does depend on the information that they have. One of the very cool things and the big pros about Facebook lead ads is that it will pre-populate the data, so people don't have to enter the data inside. Other questions that you add, like for example, company name, job title, in some cases it does have that data. Many cases it doesn't have that data. Work email, work phone number. A lot of these questions people will have to fill up themselves. They're gonna have to enter the information themselves, which is okay because it's very easy to do. But this is one thing that you guys all need to understand. The more questions you put, the less leads you're gonna generate. The more questions you add, the less leads you will generate. The simpler you make it with less questions, the higher the volume. Every single question that you add along the way will kill conversion a little bit more. One more question, less leads. Another question, even less leads. So something to keep in mind is that the simpler you make it, the bigger the volume, the more questions, the lower the volume. Just something to keep in mind.
Yep. All right, so for this scenario, I'm just going to ask for 4 basic questions. First and last name, email, and phone number. That's all the information I'm going to need, since these 2, specifically email and phone, are going to be integrated to our apps, which is Simple Text and Klaviyo. Or we can use the Zapier generic emails and SMS provider. The next step for your Insta form is to update or add your privacy policy. So for this example, we're going to use Dr. Berg's privacy policy. Oops, I'm on capital letters. You can also even add a disclaimer afterwards. And the next and final step is your completion message. So since this is actually designed to give out a lead magnet, afterwards I'm going to direct them to click the button below to download it. So I'm going to change the call to action, instead of going to the website, and have it as download, and enter in the URL onto where they can download the, actually that is call to action text. This is the link.
So that's pretty cool, guys. You see, it's pretty ninja because it's frictionless. And then once you got the information now, you can just redirect them now to the whatever cheat sheet, whatever freebie resource you want to give them to them, and it makes it very simple. So there's many things that you can test out with this, even adding a ref URL in here at this point and bring them to Messenger for them to engage with your bot. Super simple to do.
You can, as Manuel mentioned, you can redirect them to a ref URL to go to your managed account. You can reconfirm any other information that you would need. But in short, you can pretty much direct them to any URL that you wanted. Landing page, website, anywhere else. Or
what are the call to action options, the call to action buttons? View website, download, call business. There's 3 of them right now. So you can have them directly download something right there. So the lead form can lead them towards them. Okay, I'm gonna give you something. All I need from you is some information, and I'm gonna give it to you. And then it leads them towards that download. Or you can send them to the website. Like, let's say, oh, thank you, we got your information. If you want to find out more about what we do, just click the button below to visit our website. And then they'll wait for them to be contacted. Or you can do, hey, would you like to just go ahead and call us right now? We have consultants waiting for your phone call. Call business right now. And then you can enter the phone number, and that is very, very frictionless because they click on, select the option that says call business right now. Select that option.
Yep.
So you enter
add the phone number.
You enter the phone number there, and once you enter that phone number, you're going to change the call to action text to call now, and then you can. There's many options country-wise. So it seems like you can market this directly to a lot of people. Yeah, exactly, like a full funnel inside Facebook. You got it, Thomas. A full funnel is right in there with all the steps that you need to get that full identity in there. Super, super cool and simple to do. I think it's one of the most underutilized things that we have on the Facebook world right now. Absolutely.
Yes. Okay. You can even give out coupons inside the funnel or vouchers. For example, if one of our examples earlier was to give out a $25 voucher, if you have that as an image, you can simply attach the image URL here, and they can download the voucher directly and present that once they visit your, for example, clinic or your store. Another option is actually redirect them to a website if you're giving specific discount codes. Redirect them to the managed chat coupon bonanza we gave out a few months ago to get a random discount, or the single-use coupon flow where they can get a random single-use coupon. You can direct them to those as well. So for now, we're going to use the content as the lead magnet, have them download. And once you are good, you can just go ahead and publish. Oh, actually, we need to have a short description. Let's change this to this one. And let me add this one. So completion, and we are now submitting the form. Form has been saved. So just to double check, we have ad name, face or campaign identity, creatives, ad copy, headline, call to action buttons, the Insta form created, Facebook pixel, all tracking events, and you are good to go. All you have to do next is just hit publish.